Namaste yogis. Welcome to Yin Yoga. We are going to start in Hero's Pose today. I am going to use a cushion in between my legs. If you'd like to use a blanket or a block or something to sit on, you're welcome to. While you're getting settled in, I am going to read our waiver. In order to make these classes as freely accessible as possible to our participants, we will be using a verbal warning and assumption of risk at the beginning of class. Participation in this online class is voluntary. Physical activity programs may result in injury, and by participating, you assume the risk of injury that may result from your participation. We strongly recommend that you participate from a space that is suitable for this activity. For example, make sure that you remove nearby furniture and other potential hazards. If you are participating in a yoga class or a class that involves lying on the ground, we recommend using a mat, or if you don't have one, a carpeted area. Participants are encouraged to stop if they experience pain or injury and should seek appropriate medical advice or care as needed. William & Mary Health and Wellness strongly recommends that each participant have an annual physical exam and follow the advice of your healthcare provider before participating. So again, welcome everyone. So the class that I've scripted for us for today is based upon one of the Yoga Sutras. As we are in reading period and stepping into our exams, it's very easy for the mind to just get carried away. So I thought we would step into one of my favorite sutras this week, which is in the Book of Contemplation. And in Sanskrit, it is Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha. And Swami Satchidananda translates this into English into the restraint of the modifications of the mind is yoga. And I love to look at it as one of the things that we're doing in yoga is clearing the mind to see what is. So throughout our Yin practice today, we'll be stepping into spaces where we're going to find stillness. And this may be challenging for us in many ways. It may be challenging in the mind space. It may be challenging with our breath. And it may even be challenging in our physical body. So we're going to take the time today to find that stillness, finding that space of comfort, staying in our breath, and just seeing what happens. So as we begin to settle into the space, now kind of having this idea of where we're going today, we're going to start to draw awareness to our first tool in our practice, which is our breath. You're going to take the time at first to just notice the breath. Noticing the natural rhythm of the breath as it appears almost as if the body is just doing all the work. You don't need to do anything. Just notice things like temperature and texture. Notice the inhale. Notice the exhale. Notice those spaces in between the inhale and the exhale. There are these pauses in breathless. Then we're going to take some time to explore the breath and how it feels. So as you're ready, you're just going to start to draw in a little bit more breath, maybe adding a count to it for yourself. So maybe starting with a count of 3, 2, 1. Then finding that pause in breathless. Maybe that's also a 3 count. And then taking your exhale, making that exhale a 3 count also. And then that bottom woman in breathless again, counting for 3. On your next inhale, you're going to move to a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Pausing and breathless. You choose how long here. Maybe you want to expand it to 4. Maybe it's just not comfortable to do that. So staying in that 3. Then that exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And that second pause. Maybe starting to notice one pause is more comfortable than the other. And then moving on, moving into a 5 count. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Expanding that moment in breathless if it feels right. And then lengthening the exhale to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then that moment in pause again. And then on this next round, we're going to expand to a 6 count, but if that doesn't feel right, you stay in the 5 count. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. And then allowing yourself now to take one more round of breath, whether it be a 6 count, maybe you want to go to a 7 count, maybe you're thinking it's a 4 count. Making your way through your inhale, your pause, your moment in breath, your exhale, and your second pause. Then allow yourself here to just settle into a rhythm of breath that keeps you in a space of peace and calm. As we explored the breath, you had the opportunity to see the breath's connection to the physical body, to the mind space. As you explored the breath, there was maybe one space that you were just so comfortable in. Allow yourself to find that space of peace and calm. If it feels right to add in a little bit of an audible sound to the breath, just something that only you can hear, like a whisper. You're welcome to step into that space if it helps you to calm the mind. And then taking your time from this space, once you've found that breath, we're going to move into our first posture for practice today. As you move in mindfulness, trying to stay in that beautiful breath. If you're sitting on a prop, allowing yourself to release the prop, letting the prop move to a space that's accessible to you, coming down onto the sits bones, drawing the legs out in front, setting up the staff pose. Taking an opportunity here to wiggle the toes, roll the ankles. We constricted the joint for a little bit there. And then finding stillness, allow yourself to make sure that the shoulders are over the hips, the sits bones are just nice and grounded down into the floor. As we make our way into a half butterfly here, we're going to start by bending the left knee. And you're going to draw the leg up to a place where it feels comfortable for you. So, allowing yourself, if it feels right, to tuck that soft blanket under that left knee. Settling into that nice rhythm of breath. Allowing that left hip to just gently open. As it feels right for you, if a little hinge forward feels good, go ahead and go there. Just make sure as you're hinging forward that that bend is coming from that hip crease. So if you draw awareness into the spine is nice and long here. So you have that beautiful natural space between the chin and the chest. Maybe even drawing your awareness directly within and just starting to notice the spine. See if you can create a little bit more space between each of the vertebrae. Staying in your beautiful rhythm of breath as it feels right to just come forward a little more, allowing yourself to do that. Exploring the sensations you feel as you settle into stillness, but the stillness is not moving. As the body opens up, allowing yourself to explore a little deeper. Even noting as that left leg needs less, removing the block, the blanket, the bolster. Being calm and quiet. Allowing yourself to observe what's going on. Not getting caught up in it. Not judging. Just being curious. Then as we begin to prepare to move out of this posture, with that same attention to the stillness, allowing yourself to just start to draw the crown of the head back up, keeping that spine nice and long. Pausing. And then taking the left hand and drawing the left knee up towards the ceiling and letting the hands draw the leg long. Just pausing here in Dandasana or staff pose and just noticing. Maybe noticing how the left side maybe feels a little different than the right. And then honoring the right side, we're gonna bend that right knee, come into that half butterfly on this side. Drawing that leg up. Taking the time to find the stillness with the crown of the head, reaching up. And then noticing on this side, does it feel right to hinge forward? If it does, taking the time to move as slowly as you can, Same thing, exploring the spine, maybe noticing subtle differences. Noticing the sensations you feel in the body. Allow yourself the time to explore those sensations. Taking your time to just settle in. As you move through those sensations that are happening, maybe noticing as the connective tissue starts to open up. As we move through practice today, I encourage you to start to be aware of those sensations. Listening to the sensations. See if you can now pause for a moment and just notice. Is there some space in the body that you can just find a little more comfort on an exhale? Knowing the power of the breath. Remembering to be the observer. And then as you prepare to move on this side, exiting the posture, seeing how slowly you can start to draw the crown of the head back up. Pausing as the crown of the head reaches towards the ceiling, and then taking the right hand under the right leg, drawing that knee up, extending the leg long, and then just pausing here in Dandasana. Just noting the sensations that you feel. And then from this space, making sure that the props are along the side of the mat where you can easily access them at any time. Just going to transition to a tabletop here. As you make your way to this tabletop, mindfully staying in that beautiful breath. Maybe allowing yourself the luxury of a cow and a cat. And then walking yourself down onto your abs. You're going to place your third eye on the mat. If it feels right to stack the hands, go ahead and go there. Placing the third eye on the hands. Relaxing the shoulder blades back and down. Allow yourself to just rock side to side, making sure the hip points are pointing down. Then come up onto the toes here. Lengthen the legs, lift the knees up, lift the quads up, And then gently start placing the quads back down on the mat in a space where the low back is comfortable. So that may mean adjusting the legs out a little wider. Take some time to find that comfort right now. Knowing as we're here in crocodile, if your low back is telling you, yeah, this is enough for tonight, you're welcome to stay right here in crocodile. But if you're feeling like you'd like to add on a little bit, we're going to come into a Sphinx pose here. So you're going to rotate the elbows in underneath the shoulder pads. Take the hands and reach across and just let the hands, the fingers hug in the elbows. You'll see that beautiful straight line, the line from elbow to shoulder. And then from here, just let the palms come down onto the mat. Out in front, resting, gaze out in front. You're welcome to close the eyes if that feels right for you. Just as we had that beautiful awareness in our half butterfly, start to have that same awareness in this posture. Noticing sensation in the body, and then allowing yourself the opportunity to explore that sensation. What is it that you can do in this beautiful space of peace and calm with your breath to find comfort in those spaces? The mind starts getting busy and maybe becomes distracting, just come back to your breath. Maybe noting inhale and exhale. Take the opportunity to allow the breath to just move up and down the spine. Maybe noting the space where your tailbone is. And then allowing yourself to notice that atlas vertebrae, the top of the spine where the skull is resting on. Making adjustments along the way to find comfort. And as we prepare to exit this posture, mindfully as you can, starting to draw the hands to center. If you can remember which hand was on the mat, switch it so it's on top of the other hand. And then start walking the elbows out, bringing the third eye to the tops of the palms. Noticing maybe the shifts and changes in the body. And then bringing the feet back underneath the hips if they're not already there. Drawing the hands under the shoulder heads. You're going to press yourself up and through tabletop. You're going to draw the big toes together. Knees are going to come wide. And you're going to sink the hips towards the heels for a child's pose. So know if you'd like, you have the option, you have your blanket or your towel. You can rest your third eye there. That feels right. You have the opportunity to reach the arms out in front, a little more active. But if that feels like it's too much, just come into traditional Balasana with the arms along the side of the body. Wherever you're at, just allowing yourself this opportunity to check in. We are about the halfway mark in practice, just maybe noticing a sense of peace and calm. Hopefully noticing through all areas of your being. Noticing the mind space. Noticing the physical body. Noticing the breath. And as you prepare to exit this posture, as mindfully as you can, wherever your arms are at, you're going to reach them out in front. Taking your time, drawing yourself back up to a tabletop. If it feels right here to just extend the legs out long, just stretching the legs, you're welcome to. The opportunity for a cat or cow, if that feels right. And then wherever you're at, you're gonna swing the legs to either the right or the left. You're coming down onto your sits bones. You're gonna extend the legs long on the mat. You're just gonna mindfully be aware that the props are somewhere where you can access them before you take your time and just recline down onto your mat. You're going to take the opportunity to just relax the shoulder blades down. You need to adjust the pelvis, just bringing the feet to the floor and just tilting the pelvis to the space where it feels nice and neutral. You can feel your sacrum resting on the mat. Letting the hands come along the side of the body. If it's available, to turn the palms up. Noticing the sense of peace and calm as the body softens and just making those little adjustments. And then drawing the feet to the floor. The knees are going to be facing up here. The feet are about hip width distance apart. You're going to draw the left knee into the chest. And then from here, taking the left hand, you're going to reach for the left foot. we're coming into a half happy baby here. So you have that flexion in the foot. The quad is hugging into the body. Then with your right leg, you have the option to just keep the knee bent on the floor or extend the leg long if that feels right. So also noting that if it feels as if you're working way too hard to hold on to that foot, you have the option. You can bring the hand down to the ankle, the shin, or even just holding onto the hamstring. You're still keeping that nice bend in the knee, that nice flexion in the foot. As you settle in here, just trying to relax the spaces that are asking for it. Staying in that beautiful rhythm of your breath. If you reach a point where it's available to release that left hand and still hold the posture, you're welcome to do that too. As we prepare to exit the posture, wherever the hand is at, if it's still on that left leg, you're going to release it down. Mindfully drawing that left foot to the floor. Knee is facing up. And then on the right leg, if the right leg is still bent, you're going to extend it long on the mat. Then from this space, we're going to find that shape that we've already seen at the beginning of practice, that half butterfly, but we're doing it reclined. So you're going to take that left knee and you're just spinning that left knee out towards the left side of the mat. So here's where it becomes challenging. You're going to notice the right hip point. If, as you spin that knee out, that right hip point wants to curve and lift that right pelvis up, you're going to bring the foot down to almost a tree posture. Maybe even just letting that right foot or left foot rest on the right leg. We do want our hip points pointing straight up towards the ceiling. Remember, if you would like, you can take that blanket and rest it underneath that bent leg. Just noticing here. This is a posture that's very familiar as we stand, balancing. Just exploring it as you are reclined. Letting the hands go where they naturally want to go here. So if they come out to a T, that's fine. Maybe the left arm wants to come to a T, but the right arm wants to stay along the side of the body. Just keeping that torso nice and relaxed on the mat. That right leg feels like it wants to relax a little more. Go ahead and let that pinky toe start to spin towards that right edge of the mat. Getting a little bit more opening on that side. As you settle in and explore here, what is the physical body saying to you? What's the breath saying? Where's the mind space? Would you turn that awareness inward? Then as we make our way into our final time in this space, just allowing yourself the opportunity. Is there some space within that you can just calm yourself? And then drawing awareness to the left hand. Wherever it's at, you're gonna let that hand come underneath that left leg. And you're gonna let the hand help to draw that knee back up, foot on the floor. You're gonna bring the right foot to the floor, knee facing up. And if it feels right to just gently rock the knee side to side, just massaging the back of the pelvis, you're welcome to. And then from this space, we're just gonna float the knees over towards the right side, finding a gentle twist here. If you'd like, you can take your blanket rolled up or cushion and placing it under the right knee. Remember, we're just moving gently here. The goal isn't to get the knees to the floor. So once the knees are settled, you can make a decision what you want to do with the arms here. Whether they want to come out to the T, maybe they like cactus arms. Maybe you'd like to just gently leave the hands on the body. That's fine. Keeping the gaze up at the ceiling. Just letting yourself settle. As you notice the body opening up, allowing yourself to just go with it. Knowing that the floor is here to support you, not resisting in the mind space. And then in your next inhale, if the arms are out to a T, you're going to draw them back in along the side of the body. And you're just going to inhale the knees back up to center. As we get ready to move to the right side, we're just going to hug the knees into the chest for a moment. Maybe a gentle rock side to side. And you have an idea where we're going now. So just starting to prepare for that. As you're ready, you're going to bring both feet to the floor, knees facing up. Making sure the pelvis is nice and neutral on the mat, so making any adjustments. You're going to hug that right knee into the chest. And then reaching for that right foot as you come into half happy baby on this side. Remember the options with the left legs. You can let that leg go long if that feels right. And then remembering the options as you start to settle in here. If it feels like it's too much to hold on to that foot, you can hold ankle, shin, hamstring. Noting the differences, right versus left. Remembering if that left leg starts to feel like it wants to get too active, just letting it go. Checking in with your breath and noticing, are you still in that beautiful rhythm of breath? Are you staying in that space of stillness, peace, and calm? Allowing the physical body to just soften. As the breath moves through the body, allowing it to open up the spaces that are asking for opening. As we begin to prepare to move out of this posture as mindfully as you can, if you're holding on to the foot, the shin, the hamstring, with that right hand, gently releasing the right hand and bringing that right foot to the floor. Pausing for a moment. If that left leg is not long on the mat, allowing it to go long. And then starting to find that recline tree on this side. Remembering we're going to keep the hip points pointed up. So letting that knee spin out to the side. And just finding that place. Remembering if it feels right to tuck the blanket or towel underneath. Right knee, you're welcome to do that. Letting the hands go where they naturally would like to go here. See if you can, as you move through the body, just allowing yourself to soften in spaces. Noticing the differences. Maybe it's right versus left. Take the time to explore posterior versus anterior, front and back side of the body. Notice what's going on in the lower half of the body versus the upper half. Notice your mind space. What is your breath telling you? Hopefully, through the practice, we've begun to calm and settle the mind, allowing ourselves this keen focus. And then as we begin to transition out of this posture, wherever the hands are at, let them come now again along the side of the body. And then mindfully taking the right hand and just slipping it under the right leg, letting that right hand help to bring that knee up, foot to the floor, and then letting the left leg meet up. And then as you're ready, we're going to make our way into twist on this side. So if you need to move a prop to the left side, go ahead and go there. And then just letting the left knees just drift over towards that left side. Finding that space of stillness here. Allowing yourself, once the legs settle, to find that space where the hands want to go on this side. And just noticing it might be different, and that's okay, honor that. Remember, we're going to keep the gaze up at the ceiling so that we can just explore what the physical body is telling us on this side. What is the breath telling us here? The twist adds so many components, not only to the physical body, to the mind space, and sometimes even to the breath. Noticing the difference from the other side, and noticing it in a space of curiosity. As we move through our days, most days throw in a little twist or turn. Just having that ability to pause and notice. Not immediately reacting. Allowing the breath to move first. And as we begin to prepare to exit this side, just that one more final look. And then wherever the hands are, drawing them back down along the side of the body. Inhaling, drawing the knees back up. The feet rest comfortably on the floor and pause. And then hugging the knees into the chest here. We're just going to gently rock side to side. And then from this space, bringing the feet back to the floor. Knees are facing up. Allow the pelvis to be nice and neutral, so make any adjustments that you need to. And then from here, we're going to find a full butterfly with our feet. But remembering we're doing this yin style, so we're going to walk the feet out towards the bottom of the mat, just a little bit. And then draw the soles of the feet together, letting the knees move out to the side. Remembering you're welcome to take your blanket and tuck it under the knees if you need to. And then from here, you have lots of options with the hands. So the hands could be rested on the hips if that feels right. Palms could be open out along the sides, out to a T. You could have cactus arms, or if it feels right to reach the arms up and overhead, maybe holding on to opposite elbows. Letting the upper body almost mirror the lower half. Finding relaxation in the shoulder blades, making sure you're not drawing the shoulders up to the ears. Allowing the chin to be neutral here as you just settle in. Noticing the breath. Noticing the line space. Where is it at? Remembering as you are in the stillness of the posture, as the body begins to open up, making subtle adjustments, allowing yourself to stay in the present moment, in the space of peace and calm. And then as we begin to slowly move out of this posture, we're going to start with the arms first. So wherever the arms are at, they're going to make their way down along the side of the body. You're going to gently place the palms underneath the legs. Pause. Then on an inhale, you're going to use the hands to draw the knees back up, bring the feet to the floor. Taking the opportunity to hug the knees into the chest. Maybe some gentle rotations of the knees. Maybe a little rocking side to side. Give yourself the opportunity to roll the ankles and roll the wrists here. And then drawing the feet to the floor, you're going to extend the legs long, making your way into your Shavasana. Taking the time to find the shape that is right for you. And just noticing as we will end practice in Shavasana today, allowing you the opportunity and the most important pose of our practice. Just contemplate maybe our sutra. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Yoga is the clearing, the calming of the mind, allowing us to see what is. And thank you all so much for the privilege of guiding you through this yin practice. I truly hope the benefits of this practice follow you into your week. May you all be happy. May you be safe. May you walk this earth always in loving kindness, at peace, and always at ease. From my heart to all of your hearts. Namo Namaha. Namaste. Om Shanti.